Hey, welcome to our cool channel. We are M3 Movies on YouTube. We talk about movies and films and stuff.
Hello! Welcome
Hi.
to... Jesus Christ. Hello,
Hi.
Now I'm all thrown off my rhythm because he ruined everything here. Welcome to M3 Movies. I'm Jack, and today I'm joined by two very special guests. With me I have Lauren and Eric. Say hello, Lauren and Eric.
Hello.
Hello.
And now you can say hello, Eric. I almost call you Lauren.
Hello.
These two dinguses composed the score for The Artist, which you should check out if you haven't already. It's on this channel, but you can also check it out at filmfreeway.com/fortheartist. For the and artist are all uppercase, so give that a look-see. There are gonna be spoilers, whatever. It's all a fun time. Let's just get right into things with the birthdays. Jingle. Hey, we're M3 Movies. We hope you're having a very good birthday, and if you're not, well, let's find a way to fix that. You deserve the best of birthdays. You deserve something great for all the hard work you've put into whatever it is you do in the beautiful world that we call filmmaking. You're beautiful, just the way you are, and if anyone ever tells you otherwise, well, you slap them in their dirty face. You slap them right in their dirty, dirty, ugly, dirty face. We hate them. They hate you. They don't deserve to live. You have a great day. We love you. I put a little jingle in there every time. So
I thought we were supposed to start.
no, yeah.
Alright,
go ahead, sing it.
Okay.
So today we have Jackie Cruz, Peyton List, Lindsay Sloan, John Turtletaub, Megan Good, Laura Wiggins, Keith Carradine, Veronica Falcone, Katie. Would you guys stop?
You're such a child.
I'm sorry.
Playing with the laser pointers.
She's like a cat. Where was I?
Veronica.
Katie Leung, Tobias Santelman, Danny Dyer, Nita Talbot, yeah, Sylvia Sidney, Guy Burnett, Esther Williams, Connie Stevens, Ann Wheaton, Rory Calhoun, Richard Anderson, Shawn Mendes, and Michael Chernis. So happy birthday to all 20 plus of those people. Yeah, whatever. Let's move on.
That was a depressing birthday list.
Let's move on. Jingle. New releases. They're out today, or tomorrow, or next week, or maybe they're already out. Who's to say? That's a good jingle. You can't hear it now because it's in person, but I rewrote the jingles. Those listening will know, but Lauren and Eric won't. Because they don't listen to the podcast.
Okay.
New releases this week. We have The Black Klansman. I'm looking forward to this one. I want to see this.
I have not seen the trailers or anything for this.
You haven't?
No.
Are you? How?
What a loser.
Yeah. What a
Lauren, can you tell me what it's about?
Eric, please don't expose me like this. Okay.
Yeah, I want to see it. It's about a black man who
Oh
goes...
no, I do
Lord.
know. I'm sorry.
I like how you kind of just yelled at him
I
while
do
he was
know.
talking.
Sorry, I do know this. It's about the black man that infiltrates the KKK.
Yeah, I know the premise, but I just haven't seen anything.
We
about
did
it.
see a trailer about this. We went to see. It was in the trailers before Sorry to Bother You.
Okay. I'm sorry.
You should be.
I'm
I'm
sorry.
very excited about this movie.
You're such a tool, Eric.
I want to see this.
Yeah, I want to see it.
Yeah.
The Meg is next up on this.
A movie that looks even more appealing.
So,
Jesus.
okay, I want to see it solely because I think it'll be one of those movies where it's so bad it'll be
like
kind of
Sharknado?
good. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It doesn't look like it's taking itself too seriously.
Yeah.
Which is good in a movie that sucks.
The trailers are kind of goofy, and It's what's his face? Isn't it?
Rainn Wilson.
Yeah.
It
And
seems like he's
yeah.
trying to break away from the Dwight mold that he set for
Yeah.
himself, but he just can't. It's not going to happen.
Like when I see the trailers, I'm like, Dwight's acting weird.
Yeah.
It's not like oh, he plays Dwight.
Put your glasses back on,
Yeah.
Dwight. Yeah, it's unnerving. It's unnerving to see him not being...
I think it's just such an
person.
iconic role.
Yeah.
You know?
I kind of feel bad for him because what's his face? John Krasinski has been able to like move
Yeah.
away from
Yeah.
that, but he's still just kind of like
Yeah.
Well,
I don't
John
think
Krasinski
anyone will be
also
able to-
got ripped.
yeah, and a beard.
Yeah. And so now people are like,
Ripped in a beard will change a person.
facial hair alone
What if
changes.
Rainn Wilson? Well, he has a beard, but is he ripped?
No.
Oh no!
Something about the idea of Dwight Schrute being
Getting
ripped.
ripped.
Not Rainn Wilson, but Dwight Schrute.
It's like literally.
There's something-
I'm trying to picture right now. It's honestly hard for me to picture him even being remotely just being like a regular normal person.
Just like living his life.
Yeah,
Can
it's
you
like-
imagine him? You know, in like how People magazine does the like celebrities, they're just like you section. It's like Rainn Wilson going to the grocery store.
Getting beats.
No, but it's like it's hard for me to the idea of Rainn Wilson and John Krasinski being like just as likable as each other in real life.
What do you mean?
like on the show, their
They're-
characters
Dwight is like a complete.
is not like
Yeah.
So from the audience's point of view, Dwight Schrute is like a likable character, but like in the actual
that's
show
what I mean, that's what I
universe, people are like, "F you, Dwight," you know.
Yeah.
Can I
I'm gonna
curse on this?
blur that
I'm
out.
so sorry. I didn't. I
No, it's
realized
okay.
when
It's
I
just
decided-
supposed to be SFW, but who cares? That's safe for work.
I know.
I don't know if you know what
I'm not
stands
that
for or not.
idiot. I'm not. I'm not. I'm so dumb.
No, it's okay. I'll bleep it out.
Lauren likes to
No,
curse
I
like a
meant-
sailor.
Aiden did the same thing in our second episode, and I had to like go through and find it.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, let's move on from the Meg.
Slenderman.
Slenderman.
I'm not excited
Fun
for
fact.
this.
I'm so sure that this is gonna be like better than The Godfather.
Masterpiece.
Flawless. A
Fun
masterpiece.
fact: for Dylan and I's thing for the trailer project,
Dylan and Mai. Go on.
drop the attitude.
Yeah,
please.
Dylan was on another episode. You should check it out. I think it was the
For
third
our
one, the fourth
when we
one?
did the like trailer project with we used Benjamin Button and
Yeah.
but the soundtrack we used was just the audio that we just ripped off the Slenderman trailer, like unedited.
Was the Slenderman trailer out at that
yeah,
point?
it was.
Wow.
It was just like
Just
unaltered.
I
a
feel
little
like-
disclaimer: the project he's talking about is during school. In our film class, we had to flip a movie and make a trailer of it that was like a different
genre
than what it actually was. It's
Yeah.
I feel like it's gonna be like Truth or Dare or like Unfriended. Like it's exactly that, except like not the same premise, just like the same quality.
It's. I mean, I said this on the last episode, which you guys didn't hear, but it's weird to me because like, what can you do with the plot of like the Slenderman video game? Do you remember it?
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
just
it's
like
literally-
find paper and not die.
No, yeah, that's literally what like the entire movie is gonna be. It's gonna follow. Isn't it? Correct me if I'm wrong, because I've only seen one trailer. But isn't the lead girl the same girl that's like the lead from The Kissing Booth or something like
The
that?
Kissing Booth.
The Netflix original, the really crappy one.
I haven't even heard of that.
I haven't.
It's so bad. Okay, never mind.
Wait, have you
I
watched
won't discuss this. I watched it. I watched the first like hour because I was like, you know, when you just want to watch something like mind numbing.
Yeah.
I did that, and I literally couldn't
That's why
get through
people
it.
watch Marvel movies.
Okay, moving on. So it's like, or Ramona and Beezus. Isn't it that girl?
Jesus. I forgot about that.
Jenny and I talked about this on the last one too.
Isn't
I
it
forgot
that girl?
existed.
Maybe. Oh yeah, no, yeah. She looked it up and she was like, "Hey, yeah, that's that girl from Ramona and Beezus."
Yeah. So like, this just is not. This isn't gonna be good.
It's doomed. Whatever. Who cares? Who's really gonna be disappointed if the Slenderman when the Slenderman movie turns out poorly?
7th grade boys.
7th grade boys.
Yes.
When I was
Like
a 7th
you.
grade boy, I was just terrified of the Slenderman. I don't know. I just remember one time I was on a camping trip with the Boy Scouts, and one of my
Jack and
one of my
Boy
friends
Scouts.
one of my friends like leaned up next to me when it was nighttime, and he was like, "The Slenderman is here," and I was like, "Ah!" And that's the end of that
I'm
story.
not gonna name names, but there's a person in our grade. No, I shouldn't. No, never mind. I don't want to.
Oh, but now you have to. They don't listen to this.
Okay. There's a person in our grade who thought that the Slenderman was real in 6th grade.
I think I knew that. Say their full name, social security number, please.
Full name.
Drop the tea. Spill the
Lauren
tea.
Gilbert.
Drop the tea.
Drop the tea.
Let's move on. Sorry if you heard a sound
Dog
just
Days, the
then.
new Diary of a Wimpy Kid movie.
No, that's not.
No, Dog Days already came out, Eric.
I know it's not the same.
No, this
I hate you.
This one is about
Okay.
literally dogs.
Yeah, so I saw this, and I saw the trailer for this like a few months ago, and
I've
I was
seen-
like, you know, Finn Wolfhard is in it, so
Yeah.
Love that
I'll
dude.
probably go see it.
Yeah.
And then I saw more trailers, and then I was like, this just is so
I've-
unappealing to me.
I've only ever seen the one trailer,
I've
and I
seen
haven't
a
seen
trailer
anything
for it.
else. And the fact that it's coming out right now is like, what? It's coming out today. Well,
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Today is like the
Today-
unofficial
yesterday.
day.
Well, no, it's
Isn't
coming.
it?
It's. Let me start that over. It's coming out today, but when the podcast comes out, it will have come out yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I was like, what? Is it today or tomorrow? I was like, okay.
Yeah. Thoughts? Are you guys planning on seeing that with one of your 3 movie pass uses?
Are
for
we
the
gonna
month?
talk about Movie Pass?
We're going to.
Okay.
I
Next
do
time.
not
Then
have
I'll
Which
wait. Then
I
I'll
forgot
wait till
to-
it gets there.
Yeah.
But
Hold on, let
A
me-
lot to say about it.
I really just don't think I'm going to see it. I mean, like, I don't know. I was literally only going to see it for Finn Wolfhard, and now I feel like he has a very minor... Like, the more trailers I see, the more I'm like,
Oh, he's tiny. Enough.
he has a tiny role,
Right.
and I don't know if I want to... Like, I just feel like I'm gonna not like it.
Finn Wolfhard seems cool. I'll see about getting him on the podcast.
Have you listened...
Finn Wolfhard, friend of the podcast.
Have you listened to his band?
I have.
Oh, I think I did. I think I listened to like the one song that they released.
City Girl?
City Boy.
City Boy.
They released
Close.
like one called Greyhound. I like City Boy better.
That song is in my library. I don't know
Wait,
why.
you like City Boy better than City Girl?
From Greyhound, the
Oh, right,
other song.
yeah. The
They
bus
probably-
company?
What?
Greyhound?
We're talking
Greyhound?
I
Dog Days?
understand
Greyhound?
the joke, but that's so far off. I mean, it's not so far off, but it's far off from what we're talking about.
Far off, dude.
Nice.
Okay, yeah, that's it for
The reference you're making is far out, not far off.
No, I know it's
Moving
meta.
on.
It's
You
meta
can cut
comedy.
this whole section out.
No, I told Jenny this. I've said it before. I don't cut anything in the podcast. It's raw, it's true, and everything
Except
is
for when
exactly
you
how
swear.
you hear it, except for the swearing and except for when there are jingles. Anyway, let's move on to movie news. Jingle.
Movie news now, yeah.
Oh, this is.
Jingle.
Wait,
I love
Eric.
that this is.
Eric, you gotta let the jingle hit, buddy. Okay, jingle now.
Jingle.
Movie news now, yeah.
Okay,
I'm
thanks,
sorry.
Eric. Oh, I
I'm
wrote that.
sorry.
Oh God, wait. Jesus, hold on, I'm messing
What's
up a lot.
happening?
Okay, first on the list is this is like what, week 3 or 4 of the James Gunn
Yeah,
controversy.
this is interesting.
Dave Bautista, and I'm not really sure. I haven't actually looked into any articles, which is probably bad that I'm saying this right now. But he apparently threatened to quit Guardians of the Galaxy 3 if James Gunn, if he doesn't return.
Also,
Whatever. Did
yeah,
Well,
Drax die?
It
yeah,
hurt.
he said.
Wait, hold on. Did Drax die in Infinity War?
I don't know.
He did.
It's gonna- it would-
didn't
it would have
I
come out in
thought everybody
2020.
died
though.
except for the raccoon.
The
yeah.
raccoon.
Yeah, hold on. Did
No, but
Drax
I feel like-
die in Infinity War? Doobity-doo. Give me a second. Oh, spoilers.
This
by
is
the
a
way.
spoiler.
Yeah, spoilers.
He definitely
stop.
did.
He did? Here are the victims. Bucky Barnes, Falcon, Scarlet Witch, Black Panther, Groot, Star-Lord, Mantis, Drax! Good lord.
Okay,
and
but
people are really like, oh, that was so emotional and everyone's just staying dead. And it's like, oh, how am I even going to cope with this? Well, with everyone being dead. But they've just really, oh my god, I'm going to...
It's okay, Jack.
Art is dead.
I'm sorry for
Art
the
is
listeners.
dead. If you really think that anyone who died in Infinity War is dead...
Yeah,
then
okay.
Okay, yeah, that's very true.
Crawl under
That's
a
like
rock
that
and
was
stay
like
there
my
for 12 years.
second biggest fault with that movie was like
Second biggest?
There's no-
My
they
first
killed-
biggest fault with that movie was that it existed.
Okay, okay. I feel
Okay,
like
so-
if they wanted to actually convince people that like the people that died are like
They should
dead
have
forever,
kept them
they
dead.
should have.
They should have
killed
not
more-
made every
They should have
character
killed
come back.
less people.
yeah. If that's what I said like right after the movie, like if you want to like the fact that everyone dies makes it like less like oh no what a
Not
what a
dead.
disaster. It's
They're-
more like a cartoony like everyone dies.
Yeah, it's like they were just sitting in a board meeting like, they'll die,
Yeah.
they'll die.
Playing like
a
eeny, meeny,
checklist.
miny,
Like,
Yeah.
it's like if a movie in like if a character you love dies, it's like a loss, and it's like oh my god,
Like the comic.
it's yeah.
I'm sorry, yeah, go on.
Yes. But like it's like a running joke in society to be like spoiler everyone dies
yeah.
because it's so ridiculous that would happen, but that's what happens.
I feel like I kind of understand where they're coming from because it's like it kills half the universe, right?
Yeah.
So they're like obviously half of the superheroes
But
have
that was
to
also
die.
more than half
But
of the
it's-
superheroes.
No,
that died.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of like, you really didn't have to go this far, and then you did,
Yeah.
and now it's like, the legitimacy of the movie is less now.
Yeah, and also we all already knew that there would be sequels going into it. It's just so stupid. It's so
Yeah.
stupid that
I
people
will
think that
say-
has any emotional weight to it, but it doesn't because everyone knows they're not dead. They're not dead.
I will say off record because Jack will get mad when I say this, but the
What?
the-
You're recording this on a podcast
I'm gonna
in front
listen
of
back to this.
front of Jack.
this is just for the podcast listeners. Sneak peek. The after credit scene of Ant-Man and the Wasp kind of made me a little shook. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, it was like he was in the realm and everyone died, so he couldn't come back.
Yeah.
Who cares? Who cares? They're not dead.
I
Everything's
was
gonna
just
be
kind of
fine.
like, that's a
He's
tricky
gonna come back and
situation.
make a quip, and everyone's gonna be like, "Oh yeah, it's Ant-Man! Hooray for Ant-Man!"
Especially because like, well, I know
It's gonna be
he's
like,
gonna
"Man,
come
I was
back.
in there for a little bit
Like,
too long."
No, it's like I know that he's gonna come back. Like I understand your ass out of my face. Okay.
Eric stood.
God.
So I know he's gonna come back, right? But I just think it was interesting because like he wasn't in Infinity War, so I kind of forgot he existed, and then like now
Oh
here
yeah,
he
Ant-Man
is
and
in
the
the
Wasp
whole
was a
thing.
prequel, wasn't it? I don't care. I
No.
didn't see
How
it.
it's like
Oh yeah, well it's like happening at the same time, kind of. I don't know.
which is it's kind of weird
It's happening at the
that
same
like
time. They think a minor
Sorry,
villain
you
is
can
more
go, you
important
can
than
go.
an alien coming down from space to
Yeah, like-
kill half the population
yeah
of
like
Earth.
the,
Well, that's
the shit
exactly
flies
the
down.
thing.
I feel like during the course of Ant-Man and the Wasps there'd be like a news story like
Yeah, it's
massive ship crashes into New York.
I talked about this with, I don't remember who I talked about this with, but I talked about it with somebody, and they were like, well, it makes sense because like they have like, there are some superheroes that have like beef and have like sworn off of like, they have like,
Just imagine,
they've like,
just imagining Captain
Let me
America running
finish
around
this.
with a shield
Let
made out
me
of
finish
beef.
Why are you
this
hitting me?
thought. Okay, it's like they have like, they don't like agree with the Avengers, or like they've sworn off of like being a superhero, right? So they're in like this super like reclusive like place or whatever where nobody can find them. But it's like Ant-Man really is still fighting crime while Infinity War is happening.
Yeah.
So like why is this his priority?
Yeah.
Because of the, okay, first of all, I hate Ant-Man's relationship. Or like whatever, like the girl that he likes, or I hate that. Like it's so dumb.
I hate that.
I hate it. I just think it's like the dumbest thing.
This science in those movies also is like cartoonishly silly, and it always
Yeah.
takes away from me significantly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Marvel
Anyway.
sucks. I'll write an essay on it and our views will drop significantly, but whatever. Let's move on. Speaking of Marvel sucking and ruining everything, Oscars,
Oh, yeah.
the Academy Awards or whatever just announced that they're going to be doing a new category, which is achievement in popular film. which means that whichever film is the most popular is going to win it.
Yeah, so that
which
means
means that
Marvel
Marvel
movies.
could win. Any Marvel movie ever could win an Oscar movie, and this just really means art is dead. And
Art is
I feel like
Yeah.
that's. Yeah, I don't like that.
It's
I mean,
stupid.
I will say,
because that's just,
I'm not like a.
That to
I'm not
me-
like a Marvel hater. Like I'm
you
like.
should be.
Okay, I understand a lot of people have a lot of like
I'm like
hardcore
Saga,
opinions
yeah.
on this, but I just like don't really have any opinions. I'm like, I'll enjoy a Marvel movie every now and again,
How?
but like,
I'm sorry, go on.
but it's like I'm not like an avid fan that's like fighting for them, but
Yeah.
I'm also not like Marvel must die. I'm just
I
kind
am.
of like whatever. But I don't like this achievement in popular film because it's just like. Any
let's see
blockbuster-
let's see which movie can make the most money is essentially what it's
Yeah, and
because
it's
that's
like
how you measure what's
it's
most
like
popular.
any movie that's like not for
Good.
like not for the sake
Yeah.
of like all of these A24 movies, which I know is like super indie, but like I love A24 with like all
Oh, yeah.
my heart.
Absolutely.
And
yeah.
like all of these movies that are coming out, like First Reformed, like nobody really heard of that, or like I mean when I say nobody, I mean I understand that like people obviously heard about it, but like it's on the like scale of like movies, it was a lesser known one, and like I'll talk to people about it and they won't know like what it was.
Yeah.
And it's so much more thought went into that movie, and so much more artistic passion and like creation and like effort in general went into it than like a Marvel movie, that it kind of is just kind of like whatever, like it's kind of like disregarding all of the work that went into it and
It's,
just being
yeah.
like
it's focusing less on the making of the movie and than the selling of the movie itself.
Like
Yeah.
less on the effort than
Yeah.
on the like. This is a fun movie for you to watch, and you'll laugh.
Mhm.
and that's not to say that, like zero effort goes into Marvel movies, because like obviously some effort has to go into
Yeah.
everything,
But
but
less
it's just
effort
like
than most movies ever.
it's just like it's just like like I don't know, you get the point.
Yes,
I just
I do.
talked for like 3 minutes straight,
I feel
so
the
you
same
get it.
way. I think about Marvel movies where like I don't feel as Brian does,
Or me.
or you.
Yeah. Brian and I are both Marvel anti-extremist. We're like Saw Gerrera, but
Saw
instead of the
Gerrera.
instead of the Empire,
It's Marvel,
Yeah.
which is an empire.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I had a lower opinion of. I think I was just really disappointed a lot by Infinity War more than any other Marvel film, because it was like the biggest one, and
The risks it took didn't
Yeah.
stick.
like for me, I think my biggest problem was, I mean, you said it was existing, but my biggest problem was every time that you were supposed to feel, it felt like you were supposed to feel for
Yes.
Thanos. It's like, it's like in between, like he's like just a generic evil villain, which would have been better,
Mm-hmm.
or like this deep character. So it's like they're like,
Well,
and it's just like worse. It's the worst possible thing.
It feels like they didn't want. Oh god. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I had to burp.
Oh God.
it felt like they wanted to make a character like a villain with depth,
Yeah.
but they were too scared to actually try to like go that full mile.
Yeah.
So instead, they were just teetering between like, oh, he actually has
Like
like
it was
a motive,
in between.
and oh, he's just another Marvel villain that speaks in a raspy voice and says vague,
Yeah.
menacing
Yeah.
things constantly to the heroes.
Which would have been more entertaining, just as a superhero film, for him to just be like a generic, like, badass.
Well, yeah, because they already
Character.
had 300
But the fact,
main characters.
like every
in that.
time they clearly wanted you to be like feeling for Thanos, it actually made me hate him like 10 times more.
It's like, I feel like, especially, spoiler, when like, when
We're talking about
Thanos,
Infinity War.
when Thanos threw like, whatever her name is, Gamora,
Yeah.
off
Yeah.
the cliff,
That was the
And he-
funniest
I
thing
feel
I've
like they
ever
were
seen.
like trying to make us like feel bad for Thanos for having
Yeah.
to throw her off a cliff,
Yeah.
and I'm just kind of like, no,
It had
like,
the dramatic
Not
music, but
bad
it
for
didn't
her
have
for
any
being
emotional weight.
killed by her.
Yeah.
Like, tempted.
like no,
Yeah, for being thrown off a cliff by by Thanos.
By a big old dick.
By your dad.
That really wasn't that funny,
literally her
Eric.
dad.
No, I was just like, halfway through it, I was like, this is not funny.
All right, yeah, let's move on from Marvel.
Bamboo from your backyard.
What?
Somebody just took a stalk of bamboo.
What?
Oh yeah, that sounds about right. Okay, let's move on. This next one isn't really. I don't care to elaborate much on it. But Google mixed up Solo: A Star Wars Story with another movie called Solo. So the description read for a while there: Android military weapon. So you know what? I don't care about this.
Okay.
I've realized halfway that I don't care. It's not going to be making any points. It's not even funny or
What the
interesting.
hell is this next one?
What?
Jim Carrey's Dr.
Oh yeah,
Robotnik.
no! I want to introduce this one. This next one is my favorite thing I've ever heard in the history of ever. Wait, no, pay attention. Over here, boys.
I'm sorry.
By the way, I just swear to myself, so you're gonna have to.
Whatever. We get 3. It's PG-13. That's what I'm going for. Jim Carrey. Drum roll, please. Will be playing.
That's gonna overpower his
Yeah.
voice.
Jim Carrey will be playing Dr. Robotnik in the Sonic the Hedgehog live action movie.
What?
Jim Carrey will be a live action Dr. Robotnik in the Sonic the Hedgehog movie.
I didn't even know this was happening.
And people try telling me art isn't dead. I have to be honest though. I'm more than so excited for this. Because the potential for the potential for completely ironic viewing
Yeah.
is like,
Emoji movie.
oh my god, Emoji Movie times 10.
This is.
Yes. Yes, that is Dr. Robotnik.
This is gonna be
think
Jim Carrey.
The article that I found.
Who's playing Sonic?
I don't know. I hope that is like a Who Killed Roger. I mean, someone who framed Roger Rabbit type of situation.
I love
where
it.
it's like everything is animated except for
Except for
Jim
Jim
Carrey.
Like Christopher Lloyd in is that who plays the judge in
No.
that movie?
Oh yeah.
He's like the
who is
only-
like actually
he's like-
ended up being really creepy at the end.
Yeah, and he's like secretly a cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My hips keep cracking. I really think I'm having problems.
Oh my God.
Like this joint, like right here. Like every time I move, it'll just pop.
Is this what you want to bring up during our movie podcast?
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, Lauren. And you were like, you're ruining the podcast.
Is podcast first, and then other
like, health.
humanly concerns.
All right,
Yeah.
next topic.
Next, you
Already?
really want to move on from this?
From Jim
you want to
Carrey?
move on from Jim Carrey playing
I
Dr.
don't-
Robotnik?
I don't have a lot to say about it. I'm like,
Other than wow.
yeah, like I didn't realize it was. First of all, I didn't realize that this movie was happening.
Yeah.
Second of all, why is it happening? Like, why is this a thing?
Money.
Why
I
this?
thought.
Because
Okay,
I'll
no,
tell
no,
you
no,
why.
but
No,
listen, let me
Lauren.
You just came off as a really aggressive person.
I am an aggressive person. Okay, so I thought Sonic was on like the downfall. Like I didn't think it was. When was the last time? Like downturn, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know. Like I didn't know. When
No,
was
because
the last time
a
they
big
released
blockbuster
a
movie
game?
would make Sonic a bigger name, and think about why they're thinking, hey, big blockbuster movies will make us really big and famous again.
Animated
Marvel.
though. Sonic.
Marvel. It's Marvel.
Okay, Marvel.
Listen
also,
up,
Mission
everyone. Listen
Impossible,
right
also
now,
Fast and
right
Furious,
here,
also,
right now. If you say Star Wars, I will stab you.
I'm not going to. I won't.
Don't
I
do
won't.
it.
I'm not going to say it.
Don't do it. Because Marvel, I mean, Star Wars isn't based off of a pre-existing thing, you dingus. It just started off good and then continued that way,
I'm
except
not
for the
saying
prequels.
anything.
Okay, right here, right now. Jack Hanton, 2018, August 8th, 2018. Marvel is the reason for the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. Let's move on.
That's the end of the end of this
I
topic.
mean, I feel like this concept could also be applied to like video games and like TV shows and stuff like that.
I feel like Sonic is the last. There's many other video games.
Last Hedgehog. Oh my god.
Well, it's like,
Sonic the
think about
Hedgehog.
it.
He's the last
Hedgehog.
Hedgehog.
Like Call of Duty has like what, like 5 million games out?
Yeah. Who cares about Call
Wild
of Duty anymore,
exaggeration.
That's true. But I'm just saying that it's like
yeah.
it's like Marvel isn't the only
There's a-
person. It's not like Marvel created this idea.
But also,
They're just
I
like
hate
using
Marvel,
it.
so I'm gonna blame them
Yeah.
and only them. Because that's how I work.
Makes sense.
Let's move on. Aquaman, the movie. It won't include other superheroes.
Cool.
None?
None.
That's fun.
That's
Next up on the list.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Like,
That's one of those
actually,
things.
Isn't
like,
there like
okay.
a superhero that has like a wife, like a woman? Okay,
Nope,
no.
not a single one.
No. A female superhero movie coming out, and she has a wife.
Batman. Woman. Batman woman.
no.
No, they're making a
Batwoman?
Batwoman movie
Ah.
with
Isn't
Ruby
it
Rose.
Batgirl?
Oh, I should put
It's
that in there.
Batgirl, right?
You know what? Let's make that. I forgot to. No, it's Batwoman. I'll make this the next bullet point. Next up on the list, they're making a Batwoman movie,
Not
TV
that-
show.
Not
No, I
like
think, no, I think it's a TV show.
not like Gordon's daughter.
No, Batwoman.
Like a new character.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's
I
in the
think so.
comics.
I
Or
think it's
comics.
a new
I don't
character.
know.
I haven't ever heard of Batwoman.
Yeah. me either.
With Ruby Rose as the main character, and they've announced that she will be lesbian, and it's like, okay.
Ruby Rose.
Not a fan of her.
Ruby,
No.
Ruby.
I love that
Ah!
I actually. That's not the term I was using.
Were you gonna
just
were
a
you just
beat
gonna
of silence there.
song. Actually, oh no, no.
Wait, okay. I think. Let me check. I
I
think.
like Ruby
What is
Rose.
she in?
She's in Orange is the New Black.
Oh no! I guess
Okay, I haven't
Batwoman
seen that.
already existed.
I
just
haven't either.
don't really-
Don't point
I
that
haven't
at me.
either. I actually don't know if her acting is good. I just think she's attractive. So,
So you're like, oh, Ruby Rose.
yeah.
Okay, yeah. So Batwoman has existed before, in like a couple of comics, and they're gonna make a TV show of the Batwoman with Ruby Rose as the lesbian Batwoman. You see, okay,
love
I
that.
think there's a problem. Not a problem.
You got a
I
problem
guess.
with lesbian people.
Yes.
No, just,
No.
Wow, you hate gay people?
No, I think there's a problem with expressly stating that a character is lesbian, but not doing the same for a straight character.
Yeah.
Not because I think like, oh, straight
Yeah,
rights.
you're just
but
making it like
because-
this thing. It's like, look how cool this is.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
like, look at how diverse we're
It's like
being.
making
Yeah.
money
when it
off
should
of,
be
yeah.
like
It's like saying
normalizing
like
it.
a black superhero, but not
Yeah.
saying
Yeah,
like
literally,
a white
it's
superhero.
like-
It's still a
Like
superhero.
literally
Yeah.
just marketing
Exactly.
the sexuality. Of the character.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm glad. I was worried that would come off as controversial, but it
In other
bugs me.
news, Jack is a
Understood here.
bigot.
Movie Pass, the ongoing.
God,
The
okay, I have
continuing
a story. I have a story for you about Movie Pass. Eric and I tried to go see a movie.
Eighth grade.
Okay, Eric and I tried to go see 8th grade, and I had checked the morning we were going to see it. I had checked at like noon. I was like, let me look at these times, and it was like 7 p.m. at a movie theater near us, and I was like, perfect, Eric, let's go to the 7 p.m. movie. So around the time we were supposed to leave, we like got together, we went,
And
and
none of the theaters had it available.
and none of the theaters had it available.
had anything available.
So
I did the same thing.
Then we were at that movie theater, and I was like, you know what? It was a 7 p.m. showing. I don't know if I said that already. But we were there, and I was like, I really want to see this movie.
Yeah.
And Eric had already seen it, and he was like, you really should see this movie. And I was like, okay. And so there's a showing still on for this movie. There's a showing at 10:05
Jesus.
at
Tyson's
Did you wait
Corner.
around?
at
No,
Tyson's
Tyson's.
Corner. At Tyson's Corner. We were at Angelica. It was at Tyson's Corner.
Oh.
So it was like 7:30 because we had been like
Let's just
sitting.
give out where exactly we live.
Yeah. So we were at Angelica. We
Which
got
is
in the
the
car,
theater.
went to my house, sat there for like an hour, got in the car, drove to Tyson's Corner. We got there, and Eric was like, wouldn't it be funny if you went on the app
And all the
and all the
showings
showings were gone? And I was like, haha, it sure would. And then
All those shows.
all the
Show-
Yeah,
showings
was
were
this
gone.
what day was this?
This was on Thursday, Friday.
Thursday? Yeah, I had like the same issue. I was gonna go see a movie with Jenny. We were gonna see Leave No Trace, or No Trace Behind Left.
Leave No
whatever.
Trace.
Yeah, Leave No
Yeah.
Trace. And like I checked the day before on MoviePass to see if any movies had it available, and it was like, nope, not available. And I was like, okay, well, it's late at night. They probably just don't have any showings right now. The next day, I checked, and they had nothing. Still, for every theater near us. So I was like, okay, well, whatever. Let's not see that. Let's see a movie that we actually want to see. But then, like, the next day it was fixed, and I was like, well, okay.
So I have, my parents and I thought of a concept, which is just, like, this is, like, my whole family has MoviePass, which is why I said my parents and I.
Yeah.
But, like, we were, like, if we want to see a movie at 7, we should go to the movie theater at, like, noon when the showing's still there, buy it, and then buy the tickets then, and then, like, come back at 7. And it's, like, that would work, but that's such an inconvenience. Like, if your closest movie theater to you, this is not, like, in our case, because we live in, like, the suburbs.
Mm-hmm.
So it's, like, we have a lot of movie theaters.
We have a lot of options,
but in, like, places where your closest movie theater is, like, 30 minutes away, you're really gonna, like, that takes, like, an hour out of your, like, that's such an inconvenience.
And as much as MoviePass is, oh my god.
Hi.
Sorry, my cat just meowed. Anyway, as much as MoviePass, yeah, go ahead, pick her up, pet her. She's clinging to the carpet. As much as MoviePass is currently imploding, it has, good lord, cat, shut up. It has, I don't know how to put this. It's helped people want to see more movies.
Yes.
Well, that's
and
the
that
whole
is
purpose of it.
Fantastic to me.
Yeah.
Because if it weren't for MoviePass, then people would just be seeing Marvel movie after Marvel movie after Marvel movie, and that's what Marvel was going for. But MoviePass brought in this idea that you go see whatever movie you want at any time.
It's not like a cost.
Yeah, and it promoted taking risks. It promoted taking risks. And I don't know how to put this. I'm glad that they're...
I understand what you mean.
They've, they've limited it to 3 movies a month now. And as much as that is a bummer, and it's not what anyone signed on for, I think it's good that they're trying to take care of their financial issues instead of just going under completely. Because I think even with 3 movies a month, you will still see more movies than you had without those.
Like, from the day that Brian, like, told me what MoviePass was, and he was like, it's going to fail. Yeah. It's going to fail. It's going to go downhill. It's... Just get it while you can. Like, it's good that they're, like stretching out.
Mm-hmm.
A great example of this, I got MoviePass, and, like, when I first got it, I went and saw maybe, like, 3 movies a week. Like, when I first got it, I was just, like, I went ham. I was like, you know, if nothing's holding me back, like, I'm a broke 17-year-old. Like, I don't have, like, $200 to spend on movies each month. So I was just, like, going for it. And my parents were like, how the hell are you seeing all these movies? Like, there's just, like, no, like, you're broke. Like, how are you doing this? And I was like, well, let me introduce you.
Hi, like, I'm Lauren from MoviePass.
I was like, I, like, got MoviePass, and you pay $10 a month and see however many movies you want. And they were like...
For the first time...
They literally thought it was a scam.
For the first time ever, I saw most of the Oscar-nominated movies this year.
Yeah, I saw 8 of them for the first time.
I was able to, like, sit down and watch the Oscars and know what was going on. That's never happened to me before. And, like, I feel like it's happened to a lot of people now. Because you hear a lot about, you know, the movie selection this year for the Oscars were, like, phenomenal. But how true is that compared to... In previous years, other people just haven't really seen a lot of movies, so they don't really know how many movies were very good.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's helpful if you're, like, a movie person and you want to see all the Oscar movies. It's like exactly who it's made for.
Yeah. I think the restrictions are necessary.
No, yeah. And it's like, I was, like, at the time, I think... Sorry, I'm trying to get my thoughts in, like, order. Mm-hmm. But, like, at the time, like, the story that I told at the beginning, it was, like, annoying to me, and I was, like, I was just kind of, like, pissed off, because I was, like, they hadn't, the day before that had happened, they had sent out an email that was, like, sorry that we haven't been, like, more communicative with everybody, but, like, all of the problems are fixed. And we were like, cool. And then the next day it was like,
sorry,
All
we're
the
down
showings are
again.
gone.
yeah, and it was just kind of like,
Yeah.
that was annoying. And I had a lot of people that were like, well, you can't be mad at them because you've been like using their thing
Yeah.
for the past few months,
But that's
and
not
I
how
was just
businesses
kind of
work.
like,
That would be like going to Target and getting stuff, and they're like, sorry, we're completely out of stock right now. And it's like, well, you shouldn't have bought all the stuff that they were selling.
yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
well, so, yeah, but, yeah.
No, yeah.
That's-
I'm not. I think I don't really mind at all the bringing it down to 3 a month because I mean
I
you can't see as many, but that's like
I can
makes
understand
sense.
the upset behind it, though, because people did pay for
No, yeah.
unlimited movies.
And it's the same price. They're
Yeah.
just they're offering less now, which is
Yeah.
kind of like, oh, that's.
But, like, still, it's
Yeah.
fine, because if you
That's not
think
what
about
I'm-
it, they could literally
They did-
offer,
they
like,
did choose
$10 a
3.
month for one movie, and it would still save you money.
Mm-hmm.
So,
They did. My cat keeps meowing. They did.
I know that's what they do.
Like
That's
they.
what cats do.
Would you guys?
She's freaking out because she's on the like perched.
Yeah, my cat sat down and Lauren's freaking out
I
about
only
it.
have
That's
a
what
dog.
cats do.
My dad's allergic to cats, so I've never, like, experienced one before.
Eric,
I mean, like, I've...
Eric, I would appreciate it if you didn't kiss at my cat.
Eric's actually into
Mwah.
bestiality.
Ah, jeez.
You got me.
I've been trying so hard to keep bestiality out of the podcast.
Is this the first time?
Yeah. No. 11 episodes in, we haven't talked about bestiality, so thanks
you
for
were like,
that,
yeah.
Lauren.
You're welcome. High five.
I don't want a high five.
No, don't be-
Don't
Don't be proud about bringing up bestiality.
She just fell off the couch.
Lauren.
What just happened? She just tumbled off the
Eric,
couch.
do you want to move on and act like Lauren doesn't
Yeah.
exist?
I was trying to pet the cat and I flipped it off the couch.
No, yeah,
Let's
I
move
think
on.
I
Okay.
think the problem I have is not at all with the reduction to 3 movies because that was going to happen at some point.
Mm-hmm.
But it's more like the issues where like you look at something the day that you want to see a movie and then like a couple hours later all the showings are gone.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of just like
And then,
Wait, is
like,
it- wait,
in the
wait.
email, they were like, you have to make sure, like, before you, like, right before you leave, that the showing's still there. And I was like,
we did.
well, we did, so, you know.
Have they cut it down to 3 movies a month, like, already, or is that going to be, like,
I think
next
so.
month?
Well, I don't know. This whole thing is just really weird to me because, like, a month ago they were like, we're expanding the business and you're gonna get all of these new benefits. Like, you can bring a friend and, like, pay for their ticket too with one movie
Did it
pass.
really say that? I
Yeah,
didn't notice
it
that.
was like if you bring a friend, then their ticket will only cost like $5.
Wow.
And I was like, and they were like once a month you will be able to fully pay for like a friend's ticket, and I was just kind of like,
That doesn't sound right.
That's-
I was
ridiculous.
like, okay.
'Cause-
And then they were like, and like certain levels of like memberships will like we get these different things, and I was just kind of like, okay.
That's not-
But I was like, I feel like.
Settle down.
I hope
I
that
feel
shows
like-
up on the audio.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's just like, I love MoviePass, and I really hope that they are getting together because they're the only reason that like I'm able to see so
yeah.
many movies.
Would you
But
take
if they're
risks,
not,
yeah.
I'd much rather them just be like, hey, we're losing our minds. Like, we're not, like, we can't, like, we haven't been able to, like, fund this business because I don't want to keep giving them $10 a month if I'm not going to be able to see
Yeah,
any
exactly. I want them to
movies.
get their stuff together. 'Cause I went to
Yeah.
see The Incredibles 2 a couple of months ago, July, a month ago, and like the movie pass just wouldn't work, so I had to pay for it. And
That's-
there's like there's so many tiny little things that just sometimes won't work, and it's like they need to get it together,
Yeah,
or
like,
else I'm not going to be paying for it.
Last week, I saw 2 movies. I saw Sorry to Bother You and 8th Grade, and both times MoviePass didn't work.
Yeah.
And I was, like, not expecting that, especially for Sorry to Bother You. We showed up, and it was just, like, no showings at this movie theater, and I was like, and, yeah.
Yeah, I think we all can agree that MoviePass just needs to, like, get it together. Which, like, yeah, obviously for any company, but, like, do you think anyone would really mind if they just, like, took a month off and, like, you didn't have to pay for that month and they just figured it out?
Yeah.
Well, I'd be totally fine
That'd
with
be
that.
Right. Anyway, yeah. Let's move on to our next segment. Eric.
Yep.
I mean, Lauren. Oh my God. I just called you Eric.
Keep going. I'm fine.
Okay, let's move on to our next segment. New trailers. Let's go jingle. New trailers. That's a good jingle.
Jingle.
Have I written that one yet? I probably should.
She's
Is my
rubbing
cat?
on my head.
Oh my God!
Look, Lauren. She's
My
rubbing
cat
on-
is rubbing against Lauren's head.
My name is
God!
not Lauren.
What is wrong with me? I just called Lauren Eric and Eric Lauren. Okay, so there's only one new trailer this week. And that is the Nutcracker in the Four Realms. And I would appreciate it if both or either of you would pay attention.
I'm sorry. I'm texting my mom. I'm having an emergency crisis, so just give me a moment.
Your mom's in my phone.
Yeah. Okay, keep talking.
Amy, okay.
About the
Your
Nutcracker.
mom's
The
in my
main
phone?
character looks like a doll. Moving on.
Is
That was just rude.
Is the
Oh, what's her face from the trailer?
Claire
Looks like,
Foy.
remember Lauren was like, she looks like a doll.
I thought that was you that was saying that.
That
Eric.
No, well, that was me sarcastically, like, doubling down on what you said since it was so silly to me.
It's not a doll, it's an action figure.
Stupid! Okay.
Yeah, that wasn't even, like, close to a funny thing. What do you guys think? Are you looking forward to this movie?
Not gonna see it.
I don't know if I'm
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, me
I
neither.
just don't.
Not with one of my
like,
3-a-month
just,
movie
like,
pass things.
See, that's the thing. Like,
Now I have to think about
That's
what
like
movies
what I
want.
waste my movie
movie
pass
pass
on,
is now,
so-
the fact that it just got reduced is now bringing back, like, do I really want to see this movie?
Yeah.
Because it's not like I can just see a movie
Well, I mean,
tonight.
I was like that earlier.
We just have to
But-
plan ahead. You have to be
Yeah.
like, okay, look at the movie releases. Which one do I?
I don't know what that I don't know.
But also, what if? Okay, this is like way in the future, but they're gonna release the nominations, and then what? There's only like a month or two before the Oscars,
Oh, yeah, and you're going to have to watch all those movies.
and like you can't
Yeah.
unless you pay for 4 of them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If they use the full 10, they might not have 10, but like. If they use the full 10, you have to pay for 4 of them,
Yeah.
and like maybe I'm trying to see as many of as many as possible now, so that like when they come around, I can be like, okay, I've seen these already,
Mhm.
but you know.
Yeah. Okay. So that's a nay on the Nutcracker in the Four Realms
Yeah, I'm not.
instead of a yay.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
You should create a new segment that's like, with my movie pass, and be like, out of these movies, which one would you see with your movie pass?
out of these, so it's like a game show.
Yeah.
I won't do that.
Okay, well. More like an opinion piece.
Let's sit in silence for 10 seconds.
A moment of
I'm
silence
bored.
for the
Let's move on
fallen.
to the next jingle. What is it? Movies that we've watched. Jingle time, girl. Movies that we've watched. That was
Okay.
a good jingle.
That was my
You
contribution. to
scared the
change.
That is your
cat. I hate
contribution.
you.
I hate you. Okay, so I
Yeah, who wants to start?
just
Who wants to start?
pollute my
Okay,
photo library.
movies
please.
we've seen. I've in the past
Disgraceful.
week and a half or so, I've seen three movies.
Wow.
I've seen 3 movies. I watched The Diving Bell and the Butterfly. I watched Sorry to Bother You, and I watched 8th Grade.
Ryan's been bugging me to see Sorry to Bother You.
He's just kind of a nuisance. We hate Brian on this podcast.
And we did
Anyway.
this last time on the last episode. I started chanting "We hate Brian." Yeah. You'd know that if you
I
listened
would.
to the podcast.
Anyway,
But I
I-
don't.
I really, really like Sorry to Bother You. It reminded you. What movie did it remind me of?
I don't know.
You're such a cool dude, Eric.
I couldn't tell you.
I can't remember what movie it reminded me of, but it.
Did it remind you of Sorry to Bother You?
Okay, sure. But like it had the same concept of like it was going normally, and you're like, yes, and then it got to the end, and you're like,
Oh, it reminded you of First Reformed.
yeah.
I'd ask you what it's about, but also I kind of want to go into it with a clean slate.
I watched it when I first saw it.
Well,
I
go into it
literally
with a clean slate.
no idea what it was about. And it just
Clean
was
slate,
so bizarre.
clean slate.
So then don't
It
talk
reminded
about
me of First Reformed.
I haven't heard of that one.
So if
It just only, I guess, in
You've seen
terms of
First
how
Reformed.
bizarre it is.
it's like completely different topics, but like the path that the plot takes.
Like the weirdness. How was he gonna? What?
What is happening?
I don't know
Nothing.
what she did.
All
Moving on.
structure to this podcast has been like,
8th grade,
annihilated.
loved it.
Oh, I
Eighth
really
grade,
want to
fabulous.
I didn't. It's not like, I don't know. With a lot of movies, I'm like, could easily be in like my top 10. But it wasn't like one of those movies where I was like, wow, this is like the best thing I've ever seen. But it was just like so.
glowing reviews.
No, like the thing is,
Not the best
I
movie.
hate explaining this because I like. It
feels
makes
so
it
really
sound.
natural.
It makes
Yeah.
it sound like
You
I
didn't
didn't like it,
yeah.
but I loved it. It just like
You
wasn't
just
like.
don't want to like think about listing it somewhere.
It was
Is that
just kind
weird?
of like
No?
it wasn't like if people asked me for like my top 5 movies, it probably wouldn't be in my top 5.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I still loved it.
Yeah.
Like it was just kind of
Why not
like
just say
That's how
you
I felt
liked it,
about.
then.
You know what? That's how I felt about Leave No Trace.
That's how I feel about most movies that I've seen that I
yeah.
enjoy.
Like when I watched
Like-
Leave No Trace, I was like, I have absolutely no problems with this movie, and there's no like flaws that stand out to why I don't like it more than other movies. But I just like a lot of movies more than this.
Like Sorry to Bother You made me really think, and I love when like
Mhm.
movies do that. Like it like really made me think, but I still was able to just like enjoy it and have a good time, you know? First Reformed made me think a lot, and I didn't really have a good time. So I was like, I was just kind of like,
Sorry, go on.
and then like 8th grade, I had a fun time, but I didn't have to think,
Yes.
you know?
Yeah.
But it wasn't like I had a fun time and I didn't have to think like Marvel
Yeah.
level. It was like
No, yeah.
more than that, but like,
And also Marvel isn't like
Good.
nearly as relatable.
yeah, like
They're not
this
trying to make it relatable for
We're good.
8th grade is easily the most relatable and most like accurate to what 8th grade actually
Yeah.
is.
Were
Like
there
the
any
movie
film
I've
that
ever
yours-
seen.
Any,
Like
any twists or turns in that?
not really.
No? Okay,
Do
good.
you have anything in mind?
No?
Are you like are you sure
I
about
think
that?
Have you
maybe
seen it?
she's Darth Vader.
Okay, moving
No, I
on.
haven't seen it. I want to see it very badly.
It's
though.
good. It's like
highly recommend.
Yeah.
something that really like confused, or like not confused, but I was like unsure about it, was like at the beginning of the movie they like specified that it's the last week of 8th grade.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? I was like,
Yeah.
how are you gonna make an entire movie about the 8th grade and then have it be the last week,
Yeah.
which is easily the easiest part of
Yeah, the
8th
least-
grade. Like, but then they like did it and I was like,
Wow.
wow. I was like, this is so it was very well done.
Yeah. Bo
I was-
Burnham is a smart.
I was very similar to that character in 8th grade. Like
Yeah.
very, very similar.
I really like how they didn't cast 30-year-olds to play teenagers.
Yeah, they got like real people.
Yeah. It was neat. I'd like to watch it. Very much so.
I think the main character should have been played by Bo Burnham.
Bo Burnham, but like the same like name.
Did you guys
and the
know that
same
he's
traits.
6'5"?
Yes, he's a very tall.
It's
Is he taller than Brian?
much taller.
probably yeah.
Brian's like
6'4".
6'2". 6'4"?
Brian's a scrawny nerd that people.
No, Brian's
don't
6'4". No, he's taller than Brian. He's 6'5", and like in all the photos, you see him take photos with fans and stuff.
He's like
and-
crouching over.
And he's not just tall. He's just like
He's like kneeling
larger.
and taller than that.
'cause his head is like much bigger than anyone else's head.
He did an interview with Pete Holmes, who's also a very tall person, and they talked primarily about that. You should check it out.
You know who's this is not relevant to movies at all.
We've gone on those tangents already this time.
I just want you to know. Do either of you know how tall James Comey is? Because
Is he 7 feet?
he's enormous.
8 feet tall.
Hold on.
Is he 9
Height.
feet tall? That's something that I like
Wait,
to
like
do.
the
I like to-
politician?
He's 6'8".
6'8"?
James, he's the former director of the FBI, James Comey.
Oh, well, I thought he was 9 feet, so that's not really that tall. That's
Like, 9 feet.
that's something. No, that's something that I've been doing. If someone's
5'-
like, "Hey, guess this thing," and then I guess way over what
Damn.
it's like.
I'm 5'6".
Wow.
I'm 5'7", so he's like over a foot taller than me.
I'm 6.
Years old.
Yeah. Eric, what'd you
hold
watch? Okay, yeah, Eric.
Nobody watching the podcast can see this, so it's not interesting.
I know. I'm sorry.
Well, now I'm gonna have to like throw it up there. Lauren,
Okay.
send me that picture real quick. Just message it to me. I don't want to have to look for it.
I'll do it.
I got it.
Eric, what movies did you watch? Eric.
I saw the same movies as Lauren. Plus, I don't know. I haven't kept track of how long ago this
No.
was. But I saw with Grant Casson. I saw.
Don't,
Sorry to bother you. I'm
Don't
sorry.
say someone else's full name.
I'm sorry. Okay. I'm sorry.
They haven't consented to being on the podcast. Go
He
on.
also saw Sorry to Bother You with me, so I don't know why you're only mentioning it.
Well, I was
Yeah.
actually going to
Yeah,
mention
but
more,
that's
but he
awkward.
interrupted me and called me out.
Because Eric was being a goofball.
I'm sorry.
Just a stupid goofball. Go on, Eric.
Okay. Sorry to bother you.
No, you should be.
Already. That's really funny, Jack. I already mentioned Leave No Trace. I saw 3 Identical Strangers, which was great.
Documentary?
Yes.
That sounds like way too crazy to be an actual documentary.
Yeah,
Isn't it
it's
just like-
it's about. Do you know the premise?
There are 3 identical strangers.
It's 3 identical twins separated at birth,
Yeah, then they end up-
and they like just like found each other, and it's really dark. It just gets darker and darker
really?
and darker.
I would not have guessed. I mean, like, I haven't seen anything from it, but just the premise doesn't seem... Lauren, stop messing with Eric's phone.
I'm subscribed to the Donald Trump SMS feed. And she's like, what the fuck?
Oh, come on!
He said, "What the frick?"
Oh my god. Would you... Okay, I'm gonna need you guys... to do 2 different things for me
I'm
in these
ready.
last 5+ minutes that we have.
Okay.
I'm gonna need you to stop looking at my cat. Stop looking at Eric's phone.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Please.
I'm trying to text my mom
This is
because
like-
I'm having an emergency crisis and she won't respond.
This is like when Dylan and Ramsey and Brian all started eating pizza very loudly during like the 4th episode, and I was listening back to it and I was like, guys, come on. And then I texted Brian, I was like, stop eating, and he was like, never. We hate you, Brian.
Never.
Okay, moving on. Next topic.
No, I
also
still have
saw.
to-
I also saw.
Jesus.
I also saw Her, which is probably one of my favorite movies
Who
of
is she?
all time.
I need to watch that.
It's visually it's gorgeous. The cinematography and the colors, the music is fantastic.
Yeah, Brian likes her, and so does Jenny. I've been meaning to watch it.
Who's she?
Jenny?
No, I was making the same
Jenny
stupid,
was
the
on-
dumb joke that you made.
No, Jenny was on the podcast.
Okay.
That's-
I don't feel like putting up with. I see, Lauren.
Lauren, stop messing with my
I'm
cat.
doing that with the cats with the paws.
Okay,
but yeah, I strongly recommend Her. It came out in 2013.
sorry.
I strongly recommend her.
She's great.
She came out in 2013.
Oh, what an awful way to put that. I strongly recommend her.
she's wonderful. I would strongly recommend
5
Her.
stars on Yelp.
5 stars for Her on Yelp. But it's a great film, and the performances are amazing.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Scarlett Johansson, Amy Adams is in it.
from Enchanted.
Okay,
Oh,
somebody,
fun fact.
dude,
Fun-
literally, no. Somebody asked me about Amy Adams, and they're like, "Who is that?" And I was like, "The girl from Enchanted." And that's the first thing I thought of. And they were like,
Oh my God.
"Oh."
I'm sorry. I just now processed like what Enchanted was, and I was like, oh my God, I've seen that. Oh my God, that was Amy Adams.
It's actually not an awful movie. It's interestingly done. Anyway, you want to know what movie that I watched? You want to know?
No.
You want to know, Eric?
Can
you want
you
to
just
know?
stop talking?
I'd rather if you left. We're in his house, so that's why it's funny.
Alright, I'm gonna go then.
Okay, we'll finish up. All right, guys. Thank you for listening.
No,
to
there's
this.
still so much more.
Okay.
Oh, I should have.
This has really gone off the
Start
rails.
thinking. Start thinking right now. There's another segment at the end of this where you make suggestions of what people should watch and or do. So anyway,
Get a job.
no, like art wise. I watched Blind Spot. Don't whisper.
I'll tell you later.
Okay, I watched Blind Spotting.
Well, how was that?
That was
I want to see that.
fantastic.
I know Brian
It
loves
was
it.
so
What do critics?
good.
Do critics love it?
Critics love it.
Okay,
Critics
that's what I feel
adore
like
it.
since Brian.
It's like
usually agrees with the critics.
if Brian and or Jenny were here, I'd be talking about it more because there's a lot that I have to
Because
say.
they're more well informed about
Yeah.
movies in general. They just have better taste.
They also pay attention while recording.
I'm sorry. I'm very.
You're currently playing with the. Lauren is currently playing with a laser pointer.
I don't have a good
Like a
attention
child.
span. The fact that I've been able to keep it on the rails for this long
Yeah, kudos.
is
Kudos at paying
commendable
attention for
for
an hour.
myself,
Yeah.
for like myself personally.
Yeah, I very strongly recommend this movie. It's fantastically done. It's gorgeous. It brings up so many relevant issues, and it's like there are so many words that I want to say about it that I don't know how to say.
Right.
It's just stop putting things on my phone. Stop putting things on my phone.
Seconds ago, Lauren was like, "I'm so glad I've been able to keep focus and like just stay on topic this whole time."
We'll
And
wrap up-
you
we'll
just
wrap
stopped
up
playing with the
soon.
laser pointer,
We'll
and
wrap up soon so you don't have to continue
I'm sorry.
to pay
No,
attention.
I'm sorry. I can do it.
we
I
don't
can
have to
keep
be
it together.
such a burden.
Yeah, okay. Let's move on to the last and final and completed segment. M3 suggestions. Let's get that jingle in there.
Jingle, jingle.
We're gonna make a suggestion for you today, and you better watch it or else.
That was a good jingle, me. Do you guys have any suggestions?
Yes. Okay. So, for those of you who don't know, Jack and Eric and I and Brian too, and I don't know who else you're familiar with, but a few like those people, we take a film class at our school in which
M3 fun fact is actually the name of the class.
Oh yeah, it's the
Yeah.
class number. I love that. That's cute. Anyway,
Anyway.
in which we make films and stuff like that, and it's basically just the process. And for a lot of the people in that class, filmmaking is what we want to do with our lives. And for the past week and a half or so, this is the last week, I've been taking a film camp at a college nearby. I don't know how much of like our location we're disclosing, but at like a college nearby.
Yeah.
And it's really like, at first I was really unsure about it because our like group for like filmmaking was like 10 people large, and usually I'm making a film with 2 other people, maybe 3 other people, and it's like a very like different like dynamic, I guess, but it has really got like doing stuff the way that it's supposed to be done in like the process of like a professional production has gotten like my creative juices flowing so much. Like usually for like a film that I'm making, it's like, so write a script and then like storyboard and go. But like at the camp we were forced to like do location sightings and like edit the script and actually think about how you want to do this and talk through each process, and we went through like actual professional steps, and like it's made me feel so good about what I'm producing and like the process itself. I recommend doing that. So like whatever it is that you may be interested in, whether it be like any type of art form or like not even an art form, just like go back to the basics, I guess, and go back to like actually doing things by how they're done instead of doing that how you've gotten comfortable with, I guess, because it may help you to think about things in a new light.
I feel like you're specifically calling me out, Lauren.
How is that what you got from all of that? I thought you were gonna make.
You're just a terrible
I thought you were gonna like make fun of me because I'm being
It
too
was not
like
a movie.
advice.
It was
Like it wasn't like a suggestion of like a movie you should see. It was just like something
really
that you
deep
should do
advice.
if you want to like.
Yeah.
I can still make fun of you for that if you want.
No, thank you.
No.
No, good for you, Lauren. Good for you.
Here's what I would like to suggest.
Yeah, would you stop walking around, please?
I was really far away.
Yeah.
I would suggest the movie Her.
You would suggest her? I have a question for you, Eric. You were giggling after you said that. What exactly about that is funny?
Because Lauren just gave really deep advice, and now she's
Lauren is playing with
Lauren
my
has
cat
stopped
again.
focusing again on the podcast and is now playing with a laser pointer.
And the cat.
Again. No, I would strongly recommend this film. It's one of the best I've ever seen.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been
And
waiting to
the
watch
soundtrack was done by like one of my favorite bands, Arcade Fire.
Arcade
So,
Fire?
Yes.
Stop doing what you're doing with your nose. God. Oh, that's awful. He's like snapping it in half. Okay, I'll make my suggestion real quick, just so
That's
that we
all.
don't completely lose our mind. What do we want to suggest, Eric?
Get off your butt and get a job. That's my advice. Stop.
What is there?
Fun.
What is there in the world? What movies do I like? Shoot. I made an entire video. This is gonna be bad. I'm gonna pause real quick so that I can actually like think this through. We'll be back.
I'll
All right, we're back. We're back. Eric.
What? We got a
Oh
problem.
my God. Eric is currently wearing Lauren's shoes.
What? I didn't even notice. I
What?
hate you.
Can we just move on so this can be done?
Yes.
I would suggest Monty Python and the Holy Grail. It's for a certain audience. So if you don't really enjoy it, that's understandable. It's kind of a really weird, quirky sense of humor, but it's hilarious to me.
If you're at all familiar with Monty Python,
Then you'll know.
Yeah.
It's just them for a couple of hours, but it's
Yeah.
with a story, and it's essentially a series of gags that are linked together
Yes.
with somewhat of a plot.
If you
but it's
know-
so funny because it's so like against the norm, and it's not what you would ever expect from any movie ever. But it's just well done. I enjoy it.
If you're
And
one
also-
of those theater people that are more familiar with like plays and stuff, Spam-A-Lot is the rip-off of it. So
Lovingly ripped off. I mean, they had something to say with the making of it, but yeah.
yeah.
All right. You know, that I think about does it.
that
for
was
this-
dreadful.
That was. That may be the last time you ever hear from Lauren or Eric. Not because I'm going to murder them.
We won't be invited back.
No, I think I'm the last person he wants to make a podcast with now. I think Eric might be second to me. Second to last, and
I
I'm
think
last.
it's Eric first.
Really?
Brian second. Okay, thanks for laughing at that. I think it's funny because I'm obligated to. I hate you, Brian. Anyway, yeah, that about does it. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching, whatever you're doing. M3 Movies this last week got an Instagram account. So turn my mouse off, Eric.
Not on.
Okay. M3 Movies this last week on an Instagram account. So follow us at M3 Movies on Instagram. I don't think there's any uppercaseness. You can also follow us on Twitter at M3 Movies or twitter.com/M3 Movies. Check out For the Artist at filmfreeway.com/For the Artist. We're also on Reddit now.
You have a subreddit?
We have not a
what?
subreddit. We have a Reddit account
Oh.
so that we can get a
Like-
bigger audience, hopefully.
Oh,
So if you
okay.
found us from Reddit, thanks for listening.
If you found us from
If
Reddit.
you've decided to not hate us enough to listen all the way through, thanks for listening. We enjoy your views.
I ruined the podcast.
Yeah, no, it's not normally like this. But
It'd be a
hey,
lot
sometimes
better.
sometimes risks are fun.
Sometimes they're awful, like this one.
But yeah, thanks for listening. We'll be back next week. We are M3 Movies. I'm Jack.
I'm Eric.
I'm Lauren.
We love you. Bye-bye.